My name is Ellegaard Hansen, and I'm the producer at our daily news podcast, Ellegaard. And I am in charge of editing the podcast, but I also help with writing the manuscript. We've been using Good Tape since it was almost just the raw building blocks inside a script. Almost from the get-go, when the idea of Good Tape was there, we were on board. And it's been a major time saver. Before we were three people who kind of split up our recordings and tried to transcribe it by hand. And it was also always a stress factor. Before we could really get to the journalism, we had to do this kind of manual task. So I think it released maybe an hour, maybe two, in a very, very, very tight work schedule. In my industry, we're doing a daily news podcast with a daily turnaround. So we are starting from scratch every morning. So we don't really have the luxury of spending time on things that aren't to do with journalism. And with Good Tape, we have the opportunity to use almost all of our time and thought capacity on how should we build this story? What kind of building blocks do we want? And with Good Tape, we can just make our skeleton, transcript our tapes and also the soundbite clips we're using, and then we can, in a matter of maybe an hour, have an idea of how today's show is going to be. Good Tape have definitely made our life easier. Before, we were transcribing everything by hand in a state of panic. Now we can be assured that Good Tape is taking care of that, and instead we can focus on building our story. How do we want to tell the story instead of fighting the keyboard? So it made our life so much easier, and we can use it both for interviews, our own interviews, but also in the hunt for sound bites. If we know Joe Biden said something about Israel in his last presser, we can just rip the audio into Good Tape, Command F, find the bit that we want, instead of scrolling through YouTube videos endlessly. Yesterday we were doing a segment about 7th of October and the United States and their red lines, and we were really trying to find all these clips of Joe Biden saying, okay, now you can't go further. And again, instead of going through clips, we could just kind of, he said something here in this article, find the raw footage, rip it into Good Tape, Command F, and it will bring us straight to where he's saying this. So also from that perspective, instead of scrolling through audio, I can use Good Tape as a shortcut.